What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your stock air filter on a 2016 Ford Focus ST. This will work for the whole generation, which I believe is 2015 through 2018. But this specific vehicle is a 2016. It's this exact same for the whole generation. I'm not sure about the generation before, but it can't be much different. Anyway, I'm going to be installing this high flow air filter. So it's going to let in more air than the stock intake, and it's supposedly supposed to increase horsepower and acceleration, but in reality you're going to see gains in throttle response, and just this sound of the intake sound is going to be a little bit louder, and you're going to be able to hear that turbo a little more. But I'm going to do a clip from the stock intake revving it up, and then I'm going to compare it with this being in there and revving that up as well, so you guys can hear it for yourselves. But it's a really simple install. All you're going to need is a ratchet wrench with a 5/16 socket, just like that. That's all you need. You might need an extension because there are 4 nuts or screws, whatever you'd call them, that we're going to remove. And a couple of them are pretty deep in there, so you're going to need an extension. But without further ado, let's see how it sounds stock. Alright, so coming into the engine bay here, this is going to be your air box to the right of the engine itself, and right in here is the air filter. So the 4 screws that we have to take out are right here, right there, and then down in here, that's the deep one. You can see there's the cutout for it, so you can fit a wrench down in there. And then we'll see how it sounds without the air box, but still stock. I apologize for the lighting earlier. I just switched over and got my light so I have better lighting, but before I didn't have it, and I'm sorry. Alright, so here's a tip for you guys. You don't have to take these all the way out, and it's going to help so that you don't lose them, especially that one that's deep down in there. It's hard to grab with your fingers. So you can actually just unscrew them to where they come out from this bottom part. And you'll kind of feel, if you just unscrew it a little bit and then feel with your fingers, you'll start unscrewing it and it won't feel like it's grabbing anything unless you pull up, because there's threads in here that's holding it in, but you can just unthread it outside of that first part, and then this top piece of the box will just lift up. You got all of your screws in it still, so set that aside. So now we're gonna see how the car sounds with the filter exposed, which it's a significant difference actually. It's pretty crazy, but this is the original filter from the factory. As you can see, it's not that dirty. It has some mouse poop and stuff in it. Had some mice problems. And if you guys have any suggestions for keeping mice out of your engine bay, because I do keep this car outside, comment down below and let me know. That'd be awesome. Alright, so as you guys can see, that sounded pretty dang good. You could get that turbo flutter and kind of like that blow-off valve sound to it. So we're hoping that the K&N filter is going to make that sound louder, so that when the box is on top, and I'm not sure yet if I'm going to leave the box on top or not. I know some people just leave it exposed, and it'll be a lot louder for you to hear, because that box honestly muffles it a lot. So we'll compare it and see how they sound and see what I want to do. To take this filter out was quite easy. All we did was take off the top of the box here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab right here and just lift straight up. And it's going to be a little hard because this box right here is going to be in the way, but it's really, if you kind of leverage it, it's just a rubber grommet right here that wraps around this plastic intake tube or whatever hose it's called. So this K&N intake part number or whatever that K&N uses to identify it is E-2993, and that's specific for this Ford ST. It's a direct replacement. Straight out the box it comes lubed up and everything, so all you got to do is pop it in. I went to Napa Auto Parts and got this. It was $70, so a little bit steep, but I really just want my car to sound better, because stock it's not that loud or anything really special. So what we're gonna do, I see there's this little metal fin here on the on one of these ribs, and I'm just gonna put that down. I'm not sure if that's exactly how it's supposed to go. I think it is actually, because if you look at the OEM one, it has this little pin that's a locator that goes straight down, and so we're gonna go ahead and put that down. Don't think it really matters, honestly. Right here on the box, the lower part of the air box, there's this groove right there. Let's see if I can get a better angle. See that groove? That's half of the circumference of this outside here. What we're gonna do is this rubber opening is gonna fit right around this plastic here. So you're gonna kinda have to put that kind of in. So it's gonna basically pressure fit right into that little lip that I was showing you earlier. So what you're gonna do is push the filter in this way around that hose opening, and you're gonna kind of lift the back up and drop it down into that groove, and you can feel it's in there pretty good. Alright, now that that's in, let's see how it sounds. So it's definitely, I'd say it sounds the same, but it's louder. As in, the sound that it produces is the same kind of sound, it's just louder now. So we'll go ahead and put that top of the airbox back on. Those 4 screws. Very easy here, you just drop it in place, and those screws should find their own holes. Alright, having a little bit of trouble getting it to fit. So what I'm going to do, these screws are moving around like that, so I want you to pull it out, unscrew it just a little bit, like a half turn, to where it won't drop down. Do that on all of them, because I think what's happening is when I try and get this box back on, they're getting in the way now. So we're just going to get them out of the way, but still leave them in there. Okay. Now they're not rattling around, and you can see this has a tongue on it that's going to drop down into the bottom of the box. Oh. Okay, there it is. That's solid. Now just tighten them to where they're a little snug, but they really don't have to be that tight. You're screwing them into plastic, so you don't want to over tighten them. But just to where you can feel the resistance, and then a little bit more.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, now let's see how it sounds with the top of the box on. So now, kind of unfortunately, it's a lot more quiet with the top of the box on. Definitely louder than stock, but when you put the top of that box back on, it makes it a lot more quiet, and it's not as pleasing to me. So I think I'm gonna roll with the box off, the top of the box off. I know there are some RS airbox covers that you can order. They're pretty steep though on the price. I'll look them up real quick. But those ones have like a mesh over top. I'll show you guys in a second here. I guess it's not just the top cover, it's the entire air box that you would get. But on eBay here, it's 80 bucks plus shipping. If you don't want to buy from eBay, CJ Pony Parts sells them for $150, which, I don't know, that's pretty expensive. I probably wouldn't spend the money on it, but you can see it's from the RS, and it has that open top, so that noise is more hearable. So I'm probably gonna just go without the top, and if I'm afraid of securing it, I might do something like just cut that top of the plastic box off, or like open, kind of like in this, just leave it open. Maybe put some chicken wire over it. I do know people run it with a performance filter just like this, and they don't use the top of the box, and it seems to be just fine. I don't think it'll fall out, but again, there's no really way. It's just pressure fitted in there, so it's kind of iffy. But I'll probably roll for a while with the top of the box off, just because I like to hear that sound, especially when the hood is closed and you're inside the car. I doubt you're gonna be able to hear it with that top of the box on. So I'm actually thinking, I got my brain going, I'm thinking if I cut the top of this box off, just take a razor knife or a saw, cut out a nice opening like that RS airbox, and then I can screw or figure out some way to put, and honestly I probably don't even need chicken wire, but I could get some chicken wire and just kind of cover it over, so it kind of looks like that RS one. And if I do that, I will make a video on it, show you guys exactly how I'm doing it, so you guys can do it too. So that's gonna wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos on how to do things on the Ford Focus ST and just different things. I'm gonna be getting some aftermarket headlights. It's a really easy installation. I'll show you guys how to do that. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna take the modifications any further on this car. Still haven't decided if I want to get into all that, but I'll definitely be getting some tires, some rims, got the windows tinted, got mud flaps. The mud flap video, I believe, is already on my channel, so go check it out. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.